OpenAI, Broadcom forged multi-billion-dollar chip development deal. The companies plan to deploy 10 gigawatts of custom AI chips over the next 4 years. What really happened after he entered the AI prompt? WSJ's Jonathan had to inside the data center to trace journey and the decrease of some stake to show just how much energy it takes to make an AI image and video photo. David Halley, OpenAI and Broadcom are working together to develop and deploy 10 gigawatts of custom AI chips and computing systems over the next 4 years. A high-profile the partnership aimed at satisfying some of the startup's immense computer needs. OpenAI plans to design its own graphics processing unit or GPU, which will allow it to integrate what it learned from developing powerful artificial intelligence models into the hardware underpins the future system, as part of the agreement announced. This one is, programming in assembly is beautiful, and maybe even a path to better AI. Whether your chip is running a vintage computer game or the latest DeepSeek model, it will reward you for speaking its native language. Save this story. Roller Coaster Tycoon was the most fashionable computer game out there in 1999. If you look at took color look back at the pictures, Licati lies the cloud of hungry, thirsty, baffling people and janitors mopping their wake. Deep down at the level of the code, you saw commitment to the obsessive that the order to say, Charlie saw the game is introducing the agent store build, publish and discover agent in Microsoft 365 Copilot. As the organization embraces AI to transfer how work gets done, agents are emerging a powerful new way to automate the tasks. I will read it now. The criticality of performance part optimization for AI chip development. This white paper addresses the urgent need for enhanced power efficiency in AI chip development, driven by the increasing computational demands of AI workload. As applications like ChatGPT require significantly more power than traditional queries, optimizing the power consumption has become a critical focus throughout the design process. The paper emphasizes the importance of integrating power consideration from the earliest stage of the chip architecture, advocating the full shift-left methodology can yield a substantial power savings up to 50%. Compared to later stage of the development, the key challenges in achieving power efficiency, including managing the thermal constraint in multi-die systems, optimizing memory bandwidth, and ensuring the effective hardware software code design for a specific workload. The Synopsys platform architecture and other tools to highlight it as essential for early power performance analysis, enabling designers to make informed designs to balance performance and power consumptions. By adopting a compilation approach to power optimization across the entire design life cycle, and the chip developers can meet the demand of the high-performance AI application while minimizing the energy consumptions. Ultimately, the white paper serve as a guide for industry stakeholders and navigate the complexity of AI chip design in an era of power efficiency is paramount. The Siemens working with the TSMC to accelerate the 3D IC and the AI-driven circuit and system design. Siemens Industry Software is collaborating with the TSMC to deliver product certificates and new design solutions for the foundry rally the most advanced press technology. The various solutions which customers can now access, including substantial innovation in artificial intelligence, AI, 3D IC design, and advanced packaging. Comment like LOCEO Siemens EDA Siemens Digital Industry Software said by the combining Siemens IC and advanced packaging solutions with TSMC process technology. We are enabling our mutual customers to achieve the new levels of the design innovation and faster time to market and reshaping the future of semiconductor development. EDA solutions from our OIP partners have significantly contributed to advancing energy efficiency and AI chip innovation, and TSMC will continue working with our ecosystem to enable the rapid proliferation from the AI collaborative effort at Avik Sakar, Director of the Ecosystem and Alliance Management Division in TSMC. And included among the new collaboration and technology updates are an AI-focused collaboration with TSMC successfully evaluated design rule check (DRC), productivity improvement using the Calibre Vision, AI software analysis and prioritizes DRC violation and demonstrated clear enhancement in debugging efficiency, and the results were jointly validated. Calibre MN platform software suite has been certified in TSA Advances Process Calibre MN, DRC Calibre LNMLBS, Calibre Park, and the Calibre X Exact software have been certified for the TSMC that advanced the N3N and the N2P and the AT16TM is process technologies, enabling virtual customers to continue to access a GMS industry-leading sign-off technology. GMS and the TSMC have teamed up to certify the GMS Solido simulation suite software for SPICE accuracy in TSMC N3C and N2P and A16 process technologies, enabling customers to create a reliable value analog and mixed signal, RF, standard cell, and memory designs using advanced TSMC nodes. This collaboration extends into a TSMC custom design reference flow CDRF on each A16 process as GMS Solid Simulation Suite software support reliability-aware simulation technology, which addresses ice aging and real-time self-heating and the safe operation area (SOHX). In addition, the TSMC CDRF and each 16 process incorporate GMS Solid Design environment software for advanced variation-aware verification, enhancing the design sensitivity and automated cell optimization. GMS is collaborating with the TSMC to certify each Aprisa software, TSMC's N2P process. The implementation flow has been validated to meet N2P requirements across the placement, routing, chip finishing, and engineering change orders, ECOs, and with ongoing effort to focus on optimizing performance, power, and area (PPA). GMS and TSMC has also established a major milestone for the 3D IC and enabled the design flow for TSMC Compact Universal Photonic Design and the TSMC COUPE as the technology. GMS Calibre 3D Stack Advanced Software is now certified for targeted physical verification solutions, and the Calibre 3D Thermal Software is certified static thermal analysis of designs based on the TSMC 3D Fabric technologies. GMS Calibre 3D Thermal Software provides detailed chip-level analysis, and combined with the thermal analysis of the GMS SimCenter Flow software is provided enhanced visibility into thermal impact through the entire design flow and ecosystem. Additionally, GMS tools have been enabled to support customers to design using TSMC COUPE technology. This company's joint activities on the silicon photonic include flow development using GMS innovative 3D IC software, Calibre 3D Stack software, L-Edit software, Solid Simulation Suite software, Calibre X-Act software, and Calibre interactive software of design, implementation and verification of TSMC COUPE technology. Innovative 3D IC is enabled for supporting the 3D blocks, language format, screen abstraction levels, and GMS is working to achieve the certificate for other advanced requirements as a 3D block continue its transition to become an IEEE standard. As part of TSMC's cloud-based initiative, GMS and TSMC has successfully demonstrated solid simulation software SUIT software, Calibre MNMDRC software, and Calibre PERC software running in the AWS cloud, intended for tools that qualified under TSMC N2 certificate. This initiative demonstrates tool accuracy and job parallelism across cloud computing infrastructure focused on optimizing time to tape out. Okay. Opinion on the Solodyne paper titled The Economics of Exabyte Storage, really a strange method and approach. We discovered recently this Solodyne paper and wished to spend some time to study it. First, the title, The Economy of the Exabyte Storage, is intriguing. With the TCO, but also other economy-oriented papers, it's important to check who is speaking and presenting the paper. In other words, where does the author speak from? Here is the paper is written and published by the Solodyne, so they wouldn't have presented ever papers in favor of HDD's approach. This is obvious and common sense. So is this paper worth reading? Now the paper comparing open source software self-coupled with HDDs and vast data plus SSDs. Is it fair? Of course not. As an engineer, I have difficulty to understand comparison with multiple parameters as it introduced real difficulty to figure out these parameters impacting, so compare with the effect of SSDs over HDDs. We have to fix the software here after fast doesn't work with the HDDs, and everything has to be the same to measure the effect of the one parameter. The other hypothesis is the famous 10 years criteria, as vast data claims QLC can last 10 years under their management. But as vast data was founded in 2016 with product refrigerator, this 10 years is a projection. This is clearly in favor of the vast data. What about changing this to 4 to 5 years and then introduce a second SSD by? For sure, the result is not the same. So the other remark is on the size of config. Is it really representative of an average configuration deployed with vast data and Ceph? This paper insists a lot of vast data architecture, but as it doesn't support HDD, this is useless become the incomparable. Selecting 122 terabyte QLC SSDs and from Solodyne has some advantage in the demonstration, even more 245 terabyte ones, and it can be considered also with other market SSDs. The good things would have been, for instance, to compare different SSDs with vast data, as they support only that. The same study with the Ceph and compare SSDs and HDDs, as the open source software works both storage devices. For metadata, the paper refers to AWF SFX-X4 ONTAP, another different animal. Why that? And the reference to the vSAN ESA, a block storage software solution for a VM environment. Wow! For data protection, and this paper uses reference vast data erasure coding model, while the same thing for data reduction. Also, the paper does include support networking or infrastructure cost, as it is a bit bizarre for the scale-out solution with very active network utilization. Ceph is open source and vast data is commercial software. This is a real myth. The paper is a finally promotion paper when New Street Solodyne and vast data has collaborated. Just about the introduction. Ceph was designed during HDD times, evolved a lot, and vast data with fresh SSD, NVMe, and container in mind, and several years later, really two different animals. So when we read this paper, we realized that it would be good to give an opinion on this, and we have a strange feeling. I'm not sure what the. I also need the economy of exabyte storage. Samsung and OpenAI announced a strategic partnership to accelerate the advance to the global AI infrastructure. Samsung will bring together technology innovation across the advanced semiconductor data centers, shipbuilding, and cloud service and maritime technology. OpenAI and Samsung Electronics, Samsung SDS, Samsung C&T, and Samsung Heavy Industries today announced a letter of intent (LOI) for their strategic partnership to accelerate advancement in global AI data center infrastructure and develop future and technology together in that of the field. This expansive collaboration will bring together the collaborative strength and leadership of the Samsung companies across the semiconductors, data centers, shipbuilding, and cloud services and maritime technology. The signing ceremony was held at Samsung's corporate headquarters in Seoul, Korea, attended by the Yonghyun John, Vice Chairman and CEO of the Samsung Electronics, and Song An Choi as Vice Chairman and CEO in Samsung Heavy Industry, and Sechar Oh, the President and CEO of the Samsung C&T, and the Junhee Lee is President and CEO of the Samsung SDS. Samsung Electronics, I think I read. The chip designer Jim Geller said Intel still has a lot of work to do. Although considerably for a transparent AI chip production already in talks with TSMC, Rapidus, and Samsung for 2 nanometer tech. Also working with the Japanese firm, the Rapidus, to get the swift access to the smallest process node possible. AI design startup Testtorrent has announced it's working with a range of companies to build out its next generation AI chips. These include TSMC, Samsung, and the Japanese firm Rapidus, all of which will provide their latest 2 nanometer process node to develop future AI hardware. CEO and AMD and Apple veteran Jim Keller has also said that he'd consider working with Intel, but that it still has a lot of work to do, according to the Nikkei Asia. The Testtorrent was founded in 2016, with Jim Keller coming on as CTO in 2020 and the CEO in 2023. It's targeting the different approach to giants like NVIDIA and its chip production, focusing more on cutting cost and maximizing efficiency. Its current chips like a Blackwell AI accelerator are built on the TSMC 6 nanometer node, while an upcoming Quasar chip design uses the Samsung 4 nanometer process. Beyond that, it wants 2 nanometer for whatever comes next. It's rare for companies to work with such a range of manufacturers for cutting-edge chips, but the Testtorrent claims it can do it because it uses chiplet for each design. That lets it have different fabricators build different chips for it, and then it can package them together in a single die. So, alongside the TSMC and Samsung, it is also working with the Japanese firm Rapidus, a startup set up in just 2022 and supported by a range of the Japanese business. Its sole model is produced cutting-edge 2 nanometer hardware by 2027. This is partly to reinvigorate the Japanese semiconductor industry, but also to create a localized national capacity for advanced semiconductor production, as many countries are looking to do following the AI boom. Testtorrent has also worked with GlobalFoundries in the past and has want to roll out using Intel's process technology in the future. Keller said the Seamless wants to see where the technology goes, especially following recent investment from NVIDIA and the US government. Speaking on the Intel with the Nikkei Asia, Jolly said that they still have a lot of work to do to deliver a real solid technology roadmap. More immediately, the Keller is looking to undercut the competition and target smaller companies that want to still leverage the capability of the locally run AI, not just those building out giant multi-billion-dollar data center. Everybody says NVIDIA, OpenAI, and Google, as well the long tail of small applications is very large, too. Keller said, we have developed who buy a $10,000 workstation to $10,000 workstation and they are absolutely happy. There's a lot of them, and they will lead to bigger business. Follow Tom's Hardware on Google News or add us to the preferred sources to get our up-to-date news and analysis and reviews in your feed. Make sure to click the follow button. The Keysight expand end of line test portfolio by power the future electric mobility. Scale up the stand-of-line solution for electric vehicle supply equipment manufacturers delivering complete coverage and flexible architecture. Keysight Technology has extended its end-of-line EOL test portfolio with the launch of the EV2020B EV Manufacturer Functional Test Platform and the EV2020BE EV the manufacturing functional test form for EVSE. Together, their solution provide automakers electric vehicle supply equipment EVSE manufacturers with a scalable and flexible approach to production testing that accelerate the time to market and reduce cost and ensure the readiness for evolving industry standard. A report from the International Energy Agency (IEA) forecasts the electric car sales will exceed 20 million units in 2025. Representing over 25% of global car sales. The report also stated that by 2030, EVs are expected to account for more than 40% of all car sales globally. To meet this demand, automakers and EVs manufacturers are accelerating development and deployment, but they face significant challenges. Fragmented system architecture, closed platform, increased design complexity and time to market, lack of standardization in power conversions and charging interface leads to compatibility issues and higher integrated cost. Uncertainty around the future charging trend making long-term investment production difficult. High capital expenditure (CapEx) for testing strain budget for slow innovation. Keysight extended the EOL portfolio directly addressed these challenges to offering the manufacturers standardized unified solution that streamlined fragmented system architectures and simplified integration code power conversion system, including DC-DC converters on power general EVSE with scalable future-proof testing capability, and EV and 2020B and 2020BE platform enables manufacturers to innovate confidently, innovate across electrification domains. For end user, this translates into the faster access to the reliable and energy-efficient EV system that deliver consistent performance and compatibility across the vehicle platform that charging environment. EV2020B EV Manufacturing Functional Test Platform designed to adapt to the diverse and evolving needs of the EV manufacturers while testing a DC-DC converters on board charger. On-board the platform offers customizable configuration to meet specific functions test requirements with built-in flexibility and comprehensive toolset. EV2020B enables manufacturers to validate the performance and ensure the compliance and streamline the production, or within a single scalable solutions. So the EV2020B EV manufacturing the functional test platform for the EVSE managers to streamline the EVSE testing and unified platform that supports both AC and DC charging standards, eliminating the need for a separate system and reducing the operational complexity. And its modular charging interface allows to rapid swap pouch and enabling quick turnaround and minimizing the production time out. With the economic power sharing the Dualcon EVSE simulation, it enables the realistic emulation or peak data concussion, critical for quality and performance and optimizing energy distribution on Dualcon EVSE. So Thomas Quich, the Vice President of the General Manager of the Keysight Automotive and Energy Solutions, said that electrification is shaping the automotive landscape and manufacturers need more than the tools, and they are confident with our embedded out of the portfolio world adjusted. Enabling function testing, we are delivering a unified ecosystem and bridges R&D and manufacturing. This empowers our customers to move faster, to reduce testing, and to sustain the head of the evolving the standard, a rapid accelerating market. Keysight EOL solution provide customers with a seamless experience from the R&D to manufacturing, building familiarities and the confidence in measurement practice across the entire product life cycle. By aligning the early design validation with the production testing, Keysight ensures the consistent ecosystem of tools, workflow, and insights that empower manufacturers to innovate with speed and precision. Sources like that about Keysight technology. As Keysight, we inspire and empower innovators to bring world-changing technology to life. As an S&P 500 company, we are delivering market-leading design, emulation, and test solutions to help engineers develop and deploy faster and less risk and throughout the entire product life cycle. We are a global innovator partners enabling customers in communication, industry automation, aerospace and defense, automotive, semiconductor, and general electronics market to accelerate the innovation to connect to the secure the world. And Keysight news from Keysight.com. Siemens unveiled groundbreaking the software for automated analog IC test. The Siemens claimed the new software allows users to test analog circuitry in integrated circuit up to 100 times faster than a traditional method. Siemens Digital Industry Software recently announced that the Tencent Analog Test Software Solution, so-called the first automated design for test (TFT) solution for analog circuitry in the integrated circuit. The analog test comes as a module for Siemens Test Silicon Lifecycle Solution. Tencent includes debug, security features, and operational data analytics for designing, testing, and maintaining the IC. The analog test edition brings analog and mixed single IC capability to test. The end result is 100 times improved in analog and mixed signal circuit test time over existing manual test method. Microsoft CTO said he wants to swap both AMD and NVIDIA GPUs for homemade chips. People will hinge on the success of next generation Maya accelerator. Microsoft buys a lot of GPUs from both NVIDIA and AMD, but moving forward, the Redmond leaders want to shift the majority of each AI workload from GPUs to its own homegrown accelerators. The software titan is rather late the custom silicon party, as while Amazon and Google have been building custom CPUs and AI accelerators for years. Microsoft only revealed its Maya AI accelerator in late 2023. Driving the transformation is a focus on performance per dollar, which a hyperscale cloud provider is arguably the only metric that really matters. Speaking during the fireside and moderated by the CNBC on Wednesday, Microsoft CTO Kevin Scott said that up to this point, NVIDIA has offered the best price performance, but is willing to entertain anything in order to meet demand. Going forward, Scott suggests Microsoft hopes to each home-owned chips for the majority of data center workload. When asked, is longer term the idea to have mainly Microsoft silicon in the data center, Scott responded, yes, absolutely. The later he told the CNBC, it's about the entire system design and networks and cooling, and you want to be able to have a freedom to make decisions that you need to make in order to rapidly really optimize your compute for the workload. With its first in-house AI accelerator Maya 100, Microsoft was able to free up the GPU capacity by shifting OpenAI's GPU to 3.5 in its own silicon back in 2023. However, with just 800 teraflops and BF16 performance, 64 GB of HBM2E, and 1.8 terabytes per second of the memory bandwidth, the chip fell well short of competing GPUs from NVIDIA and AMD. So the Microsoft is reportedly in the process of doing a second generation of Maya accelerator to market next year that will allow a more comprehensive computing memory and interconnect to the performance. But while we may have a change in mix of GPUs to an AI system, Microsoft Data Center